Karpowership is expecting to supply power to South Africa as soon as next year. That says Turkey's Karpowership, which has the world's largest fleet of floating power stations, is also expecting to sign a financial deal by the end of this year. This after it received an environmental license to operate its power ship in Richards Bay. Chief Commercial Officer of Karpowership, Zeynep Harezi Yilmaz, speaks to us now. Thank you so much for your time. Let's first start with the developments that we've seen so far. There's been the granting of the environmental license in Richards Bay. You are awaiting two other licenses post the one that is mentioned in terms of signatures that are required to ensure that at least Karpowership is able to generate power in South Africa by next year.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me give a little bit of a background, if you don't mind. As Karpowership, we're the only owner-operator of the world's floating power plant fleet. We call them power ships. And we've joined the tender in South Africa in 2020, and it was awarded in 2021. And since then, we've been waiting for our environmental applications to be able to achieve financial close and then to start commercial operation within 1 year thereafter. And we were able to obtain our Richards Bay environmental application last week, and we hope to do the same for Saldanha and Puha in the next couple of weeks. By the end of this year, we will achieve financial close, and before the end of next year, we will be fully commercially operational to start with in Richards Bay. And this 450 megawatt in Richards Bay is only a portion of the tender that we were awarded, which totals to 1,200 megawatts. And this is enough to alleviate at least one level of load shedding. We're at half the price of Eskom's peakers and half the emissions of that of coal.
Interesting developments there, but has there been challenges? We know that criticism has been leveled around this particular agreement between the state and Karpowership. Where do you stand with the optimism that you've expressed with the licensing agreements that you are still awaiting?
There is no more opposition left. All legal cases have been closed in our favor, and all issues have been resolved with the authorities in terms of technical and commercial details. And we hope to sign our power purchase agreement with IPP office in the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully deliver electricity in less than 1 year. This much needed electricity is going to jumpstart the Richards Bay economy. We're going to contribute to the economic development in Richards Bay alone more than 6 billion rands. And this is fully documented and undersigned by third-party consultants. So you know it's not a made-up number. It's a real figure that we're committed to in terms of skill development, direct employment, creating of subsectors such as ship repair, legal services, operation and maintenance, and corporate social responsibility activities, which will be mostly focused on education of young women. And hopefully we will be changing the lives, starting with the communities in Richards Bay, to a much better future for the younger generation of South Africa. Because reliable electricity attracts foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment creates jobs. That is what South Africa needs. Alleviating load shedding and jobs for the new generation.
On the latter part, Zeynep, of your statement, it is indeed the jobs area where we need to focus on. How deliberate is Karpowership with regards to ensuring that local communities within the areas that you would be operating from are given the jobs first, or have a sustainable way of upskilling themselves with the jobs that would be available as a result of this agreement?
Yes, exactly. So we will be both locally employing and sourcing all the necessary operation and maintenance parts, spares, skilled workforce for the power ships locally, and also all types of side services. Even the food that's consumed in the ships will be locally sourced. This will create thousands of indirect jobs, and which we will be creating tens of thousands of direct jobs and indirect jobs anyway, just pure the operation of the power ship. United Nations Development Program made a wonderful documentary about our operation in Ghana because we tick so many of the United Nations development goals, such as creating employment, increasing gender equality. How do you think that's possible? By providing electricity? But it actually is, because then that means more women are employed through the workforce with the subsectors that we create.
Thank you so much for your insights there. That is Zeynep Harezi Yilmaz speaking to us as the Chief Commercial Officer at Karpowership with the latest developments in that regard.